Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Today, we're going to be having a look at the players that have left us, as well as the players that have joined us. Since you were last with us, we've played 4 matches. We've actually decided to come back for the Toulouse game, which is just before the close of the transfer window. But since we're pretty much done with all of our business, I decided maybe this was the best time to do it. So, straight away, you can see quite a lot of players have left us. Gomis, Bar, Dudois, Guillaume, Bosca, Romil, Salih, Huisman, Bilkins, Setiner, Chuacha, they've all gone. They've all left for pretty much what they were all worth, actually. We got a couple of bids that were in excess of what the player's market value was, but for the most part, we pretty much got what we wanted for all of those players. Probably shouldn't have sold Bosca, if I'm being honest, but the offer was really good, and we have managed to get some replacements into the side. Speaking of which, let's have a little look at those replacements right now. Okay, then. So, starting off with the final signing that we made during this transfer window, at least the final transfer window transfer that we've made so far. Troy Parrott on a free transfer. I don't know why he was available on a free transfer, but I snapped him up as soon as he was available. You can see he's not necessarily an outstanding player in any one key position, but he's just a very good rounded player, 19 years old, going to get a lot better. And also, if you look, we've got him for £3,150 per week, which is not a bad deal for a player who now becomes the best rated player at the club. Next up, we'll head down past these players that are on my list that I didn't sign, and we'll have a look at Van Balahem, a French defensive midfielder, again available on a free transfer. Snapped him up because we really were light in that area. 25 years old. His passing isn't the best. It's certainly not as good as I would like it to be, but defensively he is very good indeed. He's a left footer, which gives us some balance in the midfield. And generally speaking, a pretty decent signing on a free for £1,500 a week. Very happy to have him along and on this journey. Next up, then, we have Hassan. Again, another French player. All of these players were French. I tried my best to, for the most part, sign French players. Troy Parrott obviously is the exception there. Hassan, a player that can play on the left or right wing, as well as left and right midfield. Left-footed by nature, but a fairly decent right foot on him. 19 years old, prolific winger. Plenty to like about this player. Good ball control, good dribbling, good tight possession. Passing leaves a little be desired, but I think that we can work on that with him. Very speedy player, got good balance on the ball as well. And he's a little bit tricky. He's got scissors feint, double touch, step on ball control. He's got a little bit about him. I like this player. I think he's going to do very nicely for us. And at 19 years old, he's really going to grow into this team. Right, next up we've got Sarnoon. Now, a lot of you will be familiar with Sarnoon. He's a youth team player normally. Thing is, by the time I got round to looking at him, he'd actually left the youth team and was available on a free transfer. So, 22 years old, fairly decent player, got good dribbling, got very good lofted pass, which is going to be pretty vital if we're going to get the best out of our centre forwards from wide areas. He's a fairly quick player who can also cover at left back, and that's very, very important for this team. No player skills as of yet. We'll have a look at developing our players as we go along. Very important having cover for that left back position because we have lost quite a few players in wide positions that could have given cover at right back and left back, and so we needed a player who could come in and do that for us. Now, speaking of cover at left and right back, we have Sissoko. Now, he's only rated at 66, but remember that our best right back, I think, was rated at 64 and technically was actually a left back. So Sissoko is a right-footed right back, 66 rated, can play in the centre of midfield as well if required. Available on a free transfer, we snapped him up. He's got good pace, reasonable speed, good acceleration. Good stamina. Defensively, fairly solid, and he's only going to get better as he develops. 22 years old, still got room to grow. and also look at those positions that he can play in as well. He's a really good squad player, and actually he's our starting right back now at £900 a week, which isn't bad at all. The rest of these players that we haven't signed, um, Bedia was a player I was looking at, but we didn't have the wage budget to bring him in the end. Enzo and Dionesi are both attacking midfielders that we're thinking about bringing in. The reason for that is that Boudaud is retiring at the end of the season. So we're probably going to have to shake things up a little bit more. Now, let's get into the game for today. Oh, we can't get into the game yet because we have highlights to show you. And when I say highlights, really, I kind of mean lowlights. 4 games played and a mixture of results. So let's take you over to those results and those highlights right now. Okay, so as you can see, it's been a real mixed bag. We've been scoring goals, but struggling to keep clean sheets at the other end. Probably going to have to make some slight tweaks to the defence to make sure that we keep a clean sheet going forward. I think if we try and funnel them down the centre and play slightly more compact, that will probably do us well. I'm thinking about changing to aggressive pressuring while maintaining the all-out defence. I don't know though. I don't know. Should we give it a go? Yeah, let's give it a go. Why the hell not? Also, I've noticed that auto attack just isn't working. I don't know why that is. It's set to on, as you can see here, but for some reason, it just isn't working. So, do me a favour while you're watching this, keep an eye on it, see if the meter goes up or down at any point. If it does, let me know in the comments. Hit me up with the timestamp so I can see for myself whether or not it has actually worked. Because at the moment, it's not, and that is causing me all kinds of problems. As far as the team that's going to play today, we're going to go with pretty much our best 11 as they're available to us. I'm going to give Van Balachem a game, even though technically he's not in the best of form. Cisse and Kouagba will be playing on the correct sides. Kouagba is a left-sided centre-back, so let's play him where he should be playing. Sai is restored to the starting 11 after the last game where he was replaced by Tiam. Sai gives us a little bit more down the left side, being an offensive fullback, and he's still only 25, got plenty to offer us. We have had an offer come in for Ketkia Fomfone. I'm disposed to sell him because even though he is rated quite well, we just don't seem to be able to get anywhere near the right amount out of him. Now, maybe a change in formation would benefit him, but at the moment, I feel like we're still at the point with our squad where we are probably best off playing a 4-4-2. We don't have an out-and-out super striker, although Parrott maybe could become that. And as a result, we kind of have to play the numbers game by playing two up front to try and give us that chance. Now, here's Diarra, immediately knocked off the ball. Why should I be surprised? Amian, back to Diakite. Long ball forward. Let's try and win that one in the air if we can. Sissoko does a good job winning it, but Mercado picks up the second ball. Hassan, good job winning the ball, or rather just intercepting it and holding it up long enough to be able to get the pass away. Now here's Sarnoun into Diarra, back to Sarnoun again. He's going to try and get a cross in here on the left-hand side. Deflects off of the defender. It's going to be a corner kick. Sarnoun already off the mark for us. One of the other things that appealed to me about him, of course, is that he's actually a pretty decent free kick taker. And as a result, we now have someone that can take free kicks if we need them. Sai going to put one in early here into the mixer, see if he can get anything on it. No, Betterson far too good. And out with the ball it goes to the left side, sorry, their right side, our left side. Now it's being played all the way forward. We've dealt with differing degrees of success with the long ball down the centre. And I think what we could really use, and what we might look for if we end up being stuck here for another season, I don't think we will, but if we are stuck here for another season, I would be looking for a couple of really commanding, towering centre-backs who might not be as pacey as I would like, but have the stature and the aerial ability. Oh my God, what is that? Well, we've got lucky there. Now, ball looking through for Chakunte, unfortunately Hassem couldn't quite get that ball away, but don't matter. It's a throw-in for the team. Ball into the mixer. Diarra on the end of it. Pettersson claims. Couldn't get everything on that, Diarra. Oh, look. Auto defence. It's actually working. That's the first time that it's actually worked for me in goodness knows how long. And you were here to witness it. Well, I'm very happy. You've brought me luck. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, Chakunte just doing his best to hold up the ball there. Couldn't quite fend off two defenders. Playing slightly dangerous football here, but we're inviting them onto us, which It's probably what we want to do. Hassan just knocks it inside. To Goteni. Now to Sarnoun. Back to Goteni. No. All the way through to Chikunte. Into Diarra. Oh, it's an excellent chance. And it's gone begging. Toulouse can breathe again as Dunkirk have their effort saved. Lovely movement from Diarra running across the defensive line. The through ball from Chikunte, I think it was, well measured. But unfortunately couldn't get anything on it. Right. And the same is true of the corner, which gets headed out. Absolutely no problem for Toulouse whatsoever. Long ball forward now, going down the side. Interesting. Normally they aim down the centre, and they have done this time. And Kaloris is in behind here, and Kouagba should deal, and does. Cool head on those relatively young shoulders. Kouagba plays it out to Sarnoun. Sai. Back into Sarnoun. Diarra. Looking for Sarnoun once more. Chikunte's in there. Ooh. Sai should get to this first. No, he doesn't. And pulls back Saeed, and I think that's going to be a yellow card for the left back. It is. Probably felt he had to do it. Lack of pace is a real issue with our back line. If we had more pace, we could at least afford to play slightly higher. As it is, we're playing a fairly... Ooh, hello. Just wait for that to go behind for a corner. We're playing a fairly deep line without a specific instruction. Goalkeeper taking a hell of a risk. Was that the goalkeeper? No, it can't have been. It was just somebody with weird coloured gloves on. Right, now, we've not had the best of luck with defending set pieces, especially aerially, so, well, we very nearly came a cropper again as one of the midfielders came steaming in and headed it over the bar. It will be a goal kick, and look at them pressing us here. Saeed right up there, waiting to put pressure on. Sai takes the ball down the left-hand side. Here's Goteni. Ball looking for Chikunte, takes a deflection. They managed to keep it from going behind for a corner, but it is at the expense of a throw-in. Sissoko into Hassan. Dangerous looking ball into the mixer. Defender gets it clear. It will be a corner. Sarnoun then with the corner. Out to Saeed. Gabrielson. Mercado. Long one forward. Sissoko underneath it. Gets it to the midfielder. Van Balachem. Chikunte now. Looking for Sarnoun, but he's offside, unfortunately. He's not the best going forward. His movement isn't ideal for an attacking player. He is more of a safe option. Yeah, their goalkeeper's wearing black. It definitely wasn't him that played that free kick in earlier. Chikunte into Diarra. He's on his own. Good hold-up play from Chikunte. All the way through to Hassan. No, can't quite men it through. My goodness, what a pass that would have been for Hassan. And what a chance it would have been. As it is, it's 0-0 at half-time. Dunkirk, probably the slightly brighter of the two teams. I'm thinking about making a change. Boudaud will be given a chance to show what he can do here. Two defensive midfielders can now do their job and sit a little bit deeper. We'll play slightly more defensively in the second half. Let's see what we can do. Van Balachen beaten in the air. It's not really his job to win balls in the air. Long shot. I have to question whether the striker would have been given offside if it had gone in. Chuck one out to Sai once again. Here he is. Boudaud into Hassan. Boudaud once more. Looking for Hassan into Diarra. Wrong side of Gabrielsen, who's able to deal with the ball, put it out for a throw. A bright start to the second half from Dunkirk. Early ball in, Diarra wasn't anywhere near it. Here's De Jager. Diakite with a long one forward. Cisse should control this on his chest. Gives it to Sai. It's into Sarnoun. To Goteni now. Boudaud looking for Diarra. Finds him. Now Goteni. Oh, surely, no! And from distance, it goes wide. Well, it looks as though it was set up on a plate, but the defender getting a fortuitous touch before the deep-lying midfielder, the number 6, puts it wide. Take me a while to remember some of these names. I know he's Van something. That's about as much as I can remember right now. Van Balachen at him. Right, here's Boudaud. Lets it run between his legs. Lovely turn. Left the defender for dust. Into Diarra. Chance on. And he scores. Diarra puts Dunkirk 1-0 ahead against Toulouse. The tactical change has done its job. And Boudaud, with this lovely little piece of skill, letting the ball roll between his legs, opened things up for him. Played it into Diarra on his wrong foot, but it didn't matter to the French striker, who dispatched it clearly with some aplomb. With a little bit of confidence, a little bit of swagger, he put his laces through it, kept it low, into the corner, 1-0. Now the question, as has been the case for many of the recent games that Dunkirk have played, is whether or not they can keep a clean sheet, because if they can, then the 3 points will be theirs. Here's Goteni into Boudaud. He's got options. Gives it to Hassan. Ooh, he looked to try and play it straight into Diarra. You could see the reasoning behind it. I think it was the right choice. Boudaud once again spreads it out left to Hassan. Early ball in, looking for Diarra. Very nearly got there. Sissoko doing his best to try and win that ball high up the pitch. Didn't quite come off, but Dunkirk get away with it. Here's another ball into the mixer. The long ball tactics of Toulouse are causing problems now. Oh no, surely not. Oh, my goodness me. And he's not given a free kick against Dunkirk there, surely. He has. It's a 50-50 at best. Don't understand why it's been given to Toulouse over Dunkirk. If anything, it's a drop ball. Cisse gets shot. Diarra coming in, trying to win the ball. Can't run, manage it. It's back inside the danger area. Van den Boomen. De Jager. Back to Van den Boomen again. He with the goalkeeper gloves on. No! Oh my goodness me. What happened there? The defenders just all switched off. I couldn't select a player. I got very lucky there. Very lucky indeed. Not happy at all about that. controls, apparently deciding to do one. Oh my goodness me. I could see that happening before I passed it, and I still did it because I'm an idiot. Van Valenciennes into Boudaud, Diarra, Sarnoun, Diarra again, all very nearly, came off for him, he's got it back. Looks to chipped it back to Boudaud, couldn't quite make it work. Oh, that's great from Hassan. He's not a defensive player, but he did a great job winning that. Diarra's in here. Oh my goodness me. Some of the crowd thought that ball was in, but it's just the wrong side of the post. Diarra already with a goal to his name today, looking to add a second, and Meyer wasn't that close. He is looking knackered though, so we're going to change him. Troy Parrott going to come on. There's a crowd all on their feet to applaud Diarra, who has put his team in a commanding position. Well, a winning position anyway, so maybe not commanding. Troy Parrott, the Irishman, coming on. We've yet to sort out the shirt numbers. I will do that before the next episode. Striker probably shouldn't be wearing number 4, much the same as a centre-back shouldn't be wearing number 10. Right, here's another long one. Sissoko underneath it, wins the header. Hassan chasing after the ball, can't get there. Sissoko's got some defending to do here, and he does well, and he keeps it in, and he gives it away. Machado, Hassan doing his best to help out defensively. Sarnoun stolen the ball off of the defender, Van den Boomen. Sarnoun's by himself. No, he's not. Troy Parrott's through on goal. Oh, what a miss. In retrospect, it was brilliant hold-up play by Sarnoun. He kept the ball moving forward. He kept the defence busy. But Parrott, on his left foot, just couldn't do what he wanted to do with it. Put it wide. Here's another long ball up top. Sissoko underneath, looking to deal with it. Mercado, another one over the top. Cisse lets it run out of play. It'll be a goal kick. 85 minutes played. 3 potentially vital points for Dunkirk in their season. Here's Sai. Sarnoun now inside to Boudaud. Looking at Parrott. Sees Parrott make the run. He's in behind again. He's finished this time. It's his first goal for Dunkirk. And Troy Parrott is delirious with joy. His teammates surround him to a man to congratulate him. It was a lovely through ball by Boudaud. They're going to miss that man when he retires. Lovely through ball. Parrott absolutely knew where the goal was. Left-footed once again, but this time with a little bit of control. Just passed it into the net rather than trying to power it. And the goalkeeper could do nothing at his near post there. It's 2-0, and surely that's all 3 points for Dunkirk. Another long ball. Sissoko again deals with it fairly well. Goteni to Boudaud. Back to Goteni. He's running it. Oh, it's a shame. It was so nearly a lovely move, but the pass let him down. Troy Parrott is doing the legwork, trying to win the ball back for his team, and he does it. Here's Sarnoun into Boudaud, who's now leading the line for his team. Hassan. Oh no, he didn't have the pace, and he was probably far too far away from the defender to try to outstrip him there. Sissoko won't get to that. It won't matter, because that's the end of the game. Dunkirk have won 2-0 here. They undid Toulouse in the second half with goals from Diarra on the 60th minute and Troy Parrott in the 88th. An excellent performance by this Dunkirk side. And perhaps this signals a turnaround in their fortunes. Good stats for the team. Boudard getting the 7.5 after coming on. Chakunte didn't have a good game at all by contrast. Only a 4.5 for him. But he has given us so much this season that I wouldn't worry about his future in the side just yet. So 2-0 against Toulouse. Where does that leave us in the grand scheme of things? Well, it keeps us in 16th place, 2 points above Chateroux. Probably should have showed you that league table before we got going, but all of those results going against us while you were last with me have meant that we are still fairly close to peril. Having said that, that's not a bad result for us against 8th place Toulouse. They don't concede many, and we put 2 past them. Right, there we go. Last day of the transfer window coming up. The big question is, if we go to negotiations and into my team, the big question, Maraval, we are not selling. You can go away, naughty men. Go away. Right. Kekiofom Fone is the big question. He's on 2,500 a week. I don't think he's going to play much for us. If we let him go, we could potentially bring in another youth team player to give us a little bit more depth. And you know who I'm thinking of. That boy at the top there, Harrington. £2,340 a week. Right-footed, attacking midfielder. Exactly what we would want. Passing, not too bad, and will improve. He's a good player. He's a very good player. Got good ball control as well, which means he'll move it quickly. And he's only going to get better over the next couple of years. I'm tempted. I'm very, very tempted. So, do we let Kiafome go? He's 31 years old. He's regressing badly. I think we have to, don't we? But I'll tell you what we will do. We're going to renegotiate it to see if we can get a little bit closer to his market worth. Let's ask for 6. Let's ask for 594. It will take 3 hours. They're going to come back to us with a counter offer, I imagine. No, they're happy to pay that. Right then. Oh, by the way, we're not going to sell Chakunte. Thank you very much. You can go away, naughty boys. Right, well, it looks like Kekiafomfone is on his way out the door then. We're going to accept those transfer negotiations. Out he goes, which leaves us £5,400 wage budget. And then we're going to go straight into youth team. Oh, hello. What have we got here? Have we got another offer for a player? We do. Viala. 405,000. He's only on 540, but he looks like he's going to get better. That's the sort of player that you want to leave at the club. Again, I said I want to leave them in a better position than we found them. And I think that this is one of those moves that's going to do that. I suppose the other option would be Olikainen, who is a left-sided player who really does have the stats that he probably could just about manage to play in the centre. No, I think Harrington's the one for us. He can play on the right of midfield as well, which gives us options there if we need them. And at a stretch, he can also play up front. I think Harrington is going to be signing professional terms with the club. And that will be the second Englishman to sign for Dunkirk. Now we go back into negotiations, and we have some very popular players, apparently. Chakunte, once again, there is another bid for him, £540,000. If we were to move to the 4-5-1 formation that we used in the last game, then perhaps Chakunte wouldn't necessarily have a future with us. That being said, I still think he's a really good option to have around, so I'm afraid that naughty little bid is going to be ignored. We're going to skip 1 hour just in case we get any decent offers for players that we don't necessarily want to use. And it looks as though the transfer window is going to close rather... Oh no, hello, we've got another negotiation come in. It's a bid for Vanoy. Now, Vanoy, let's have a look at him. So he's 183 centimetres, which is a decent size for a defender. But his pace is... His pace isn't bad. He's not a terrible player at all. 62 rated at the moment. He'll be mid-65s by the time he's 25 years old. I think he's an option. He can play at right back as well. I think that we don't accept that. I think we keep Vanoy at the club just in case. Skip another hour. And another. And I think that is probably going to be it. Indeed it is. So we'll skip next to next day. The transfer window, ladies and gentlemen, is closed. So we have our team for the remainder of the season. Hopefully this is the team that is going to do things for us, get us into the middle of the pack, if not slightly higher. Apparently Hassan has failed to find form. I disagree. I think he's been okay, but there we go. That just seems to be a scripting thing for players that are not used to certain tactical foibles of your team yet. But that's going to do us for another episode. Until next time, I'd love for you to click that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and the like button if you enjoyed the episode. But that's going to do it for another episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye bye.